Okay, boys and girls, here's a fun one. So we got to get a bunch of work done to that guy. We're doing all 3 axles, brakes, wheels and tires, wiring it for the brakes to work. They just want to be able to use it and move it around. So we got everything loaded up here. It'll be kind of dark in the trailer, but we got 3 axles, some extra wood to roll jacks on if we need it. Got heaters because it is very cold today. All new wheels and tires, the new U-bolts, got everything. So we're waiting on the tow truck now because it's got to get pulled out of where it's at. So he'll winch it out. We'll get to work. I got a welder coming to fix the tongue, and yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a long, cold day. Okay, we got her all jacked up. Now we're just working on pulling what's left of these wheels off the one side. The other side, the tires are gone, the rims are all flattened out. But if I can knock these loose, save me having to at least wrestle the tires. And we can, customer said he would deal with this stuff, so we'll take them off and let his guys deal with what's left. But this will at least make our lives just a little bit easier. Everything's stuck. Okay, 2-hand time. Okay, so got all the wheels and tires out of the way. Usually those fight. Well, I shouldn't say usually. Sometimes those things can be a real fight. They just rust on there bad. These ones, pull them off by hand. So that's just fantastic news for me. And as you can see from the other side, there is not much left of those rims. So we're not saving any of that stuff. This is getting converted right over to a normal stud and nut style. Getting a bit of an update. So now we're gonna get after with the old grinder here. We're gonna cut all these U-bolts off. I'm not even gonna try and take them off. Just waste a bunch of time dealing with seized hardware. It's, for the cost of the U-bolts, it's not even worth it. So here we go. Okay, they're all out. I tell you, I'm very glad that the ground is super frozen and they slide okay, because that is not easy dragging those out. But something interesting I noticed while I was cutting them all off, a couple of these axles have been replaced at some point, and rather than cutting the old spring perch off, we just added one beside it, but we cut it up and modified it to make it work. I don't do that. Just it's not hard just to do it properly the first time. Anyways, let's get some new axles under this thing. All right, get all this stuff out of the way, and then we can start rolling these axles underneath. They're very heavy. I was hoping when I bought them, or when I ordered them, that they were gonna come without the brake assemblies on it. Just makes it so much lighter. It's a little bit of extra work for me to have to put it all on, but it makes it so much lighter to get them underneath there. This is gonna be a bit of a fight. I'm on my own today, but sure we'll make do. Just gotta remember, we always lift with our back. Take your legs totally out of the equation. I'm just kidding, don't do that. That's not good. Temperature is also starting to drop, so I think before too long, we're gonna end up firing up the generator and running that heater underneath, because it is not very warm. At least when you're doing the big bulky stuff, I can wear nice thick gloves. It doesn't bother me a whole lot. But before too long here, we're gonna have a bunch of wiring we got to do, because there's like nothing left for trailer wiring. There's a lot of what I would call household wiring that's all dangling around underneath it. So I gotta run wire. There's no lights on the back. Gets moved to the tow truck. They put their own wireless light bar on it. But the customer wants the brakes all hooked up. So if the tow company so desires, they can at least run brakes. Because once this thing gets all finished out inside, they are very, very heavy. So, and even if it's not a tow company that moves it, I'm gonna put a proper pintle will go on the front, and then that way they could have sort of like a hot shot guy with a 3500 or larger, have one of those guys move it. Might be a little bit cheaper, but that is not my pig, not my farm. I'm just setting it up however they want it. So we'll get it set up, we'll make it safe, and yeah, that's it. Okay, first axle coming out. This is going to involve a lot of rolling around and grunting and groaning, because man, do these things ever weigh a lot. So, and I said it before, I'll say it again, I am glad that the ground is frozen and hard, because if I had to push all these through gravel, it would be a lot less fun. So go around the other side, pull that one in a bit, and get it rolled in. All right, one in. Now we got 1, 2 to go. So let's get these ones rolled under, and then once they're rolled under, we'll come up with a plan on trying to get them lifted up. Or the other idea is if we let down on the jacks, drop the trailer onto it. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's get the other two under it first. Okay, so this actually worked pretty well. Ratchet straps, pull it up. It's they're not perfectly lined up, the spring bolts in the perches, but they're close enough that we can get the U-bolts on, and then once the U-bolts are on, we can let the ratchet straps go, loosen them up, or sorry, leave it loose, get everything lined up, and then suck the axles up into place. So yeah, that worked pretty good. I think I got enough space between the straps and the springs to get the U-bolts in there, which I was kind of worried about. But yeah, seems like this is going to work pretty good. So we're going to go with that and carry on. Okay, that actually worked pretty well. So obviously still got to tighten all the U-bolts up, but the axle is hanging, which is a good thing. So I'm going to get the other ones all hung here. Once they're all hung, then we'll go around and tighten them all up. So, all right, well, unfortunately that did not go to plan. I had to block it up and get the body of the trailer higher to get the wheel and tire under it. I guess there was a miscommunication on tire sizes, but these guys are about 2 inches, 2.2 inches taller than what come off of it. So it looks like they're gonna rub. It would be pretty close. This is kind of the issue going to a normal spoken or stud and nut style rather than the, you know, the Dayton or the Bud or the spokeless, whatever you want to call them. So I'm gonna have to get back with the supplier and see what we can find. I'm gonna need something a little bit shorter than these guys. So we'll I'm gonna get some wiring done, so at least the wiring's done, and then all we gotta do is come back and get some wheels and tires under it. So we'll complete that, we'll pack up, and that'll pretty well be it for today. Okay, so all the wiring is done. It's all the way up to the tongue. because I'm in my blue truck, I needed 4-wheel drive to get the trailer with all the axles and wheels, tires in here. I forgot to bring a hardware kit to be able to nut and bolt the junction box on, so I got to come back and do that. But I can do that once I get the tires figured out. And then the welder was, because hitches, especially on something this big, will let somebody that knows more than me in terms of welding deal with that. He was supposed to come, truck broke down, so he didn't make it today. So we'll line that up. He'll get this changed out because, I mean, not only is this super old and likely very unreliable, they've been using this big steel rope sling, likely with an excavator or something, to move this thing around, and they've done quite a bit of damage to that coupler, so there's no trust in that going down the road. All right, so this is where we're at. The 8-bolt wheels that we had, the smallest trailer tire size in the right weight capacity was the size that I had. There aren't many options. I think there's 2, maybe 3 options. So without going to like an LT style truck tire or something, there was no way that we were going to get the proper size using those hubs. So the best real option was to go to the 5-spoke utility hubs with demountable wheels. That way we get the right load rating, we get the right tire height. It's the easiest way to go. So I got lots of blocking to get this up higher, because that was an issue I had last time, was getting it up high enough to get the wheels under it. So we're going to switch all 6 hubs out for the 5-spoke utility hubs and get it jacked up a little bit higher, get wheels back under it, and that'll be that. So we're gonna get after it here. Okay, so 3 down, 3 to go. These 5-bolt utilities bolt straight up to a 7K axle. The only difference is the outer bearing. I bought, and I try to do this with everything just because it makes my life easier being on the road. These are all pre-packed, just little plastic caps on each end. So it's literally pull the caps out and slide them on, which is super handy. So we're get switched over to the other side, get those on, get the wheels on, and that's it. Jordy here, getting that hitch all welded up good. Beauty. So all the hubs are on. We're now working on the wheels and tires. Okay, so we got the wheels going on. Now, the way I was taught to set these up was you get a block of wood and you put it up kind of against the tire, a little bit of a gap there, and you spin it. And basically you're looking for the tire there to wobble. Wherever it wobbles out, you want to tighten that nut in. And then that'll kind of help draw it in nice and even. And then once you get it pretty close, then you torque them up all nice and even and move on to the next 5. All right, so I didn't record a ton of this because it is like -20 today, but this one's all done. So all 3 new axles, switch the hubs around, got it all back on its feet. It's all set up. It's all rewired, well, wired for brakes. They're not worried about lights. And then had my buddy from Lakeview bring his welding rig, and he took care of the welding for me since we're in this truck and not the service truck because it's broke down. So I got him to come and clean that up for me, so it was a bit easier. And then, yeah, junction box and wiring, it's all done. So now we're on to the next one.